continuing the game theme. I'm filming this Thursday. This is going up tomorrow, Friday. I'm doing a collection video here, my Xbox 360 collection. I think I'm up to 20 games. I had to grab some out of a bin. Because I was like, I've added some. I can't remember when I last did my 360 collection, but 20 games. I'll continue, I think, to expand on this collection through like garage sales and shit. I'm not gonna, go nuts trying to buy them online or game stores. Because you come across a lot of 360 games with G-sales. I mean, this year I probably got 6 or 7. I have some disc-only games, but I didn't put those in here. But anyway, and these have come from thrift stores as well, such as this one, LA Noire. I got this one at the thrift store at the church. They have some good games in there sometimes, and I was like, I saw LA Noire. I was like, I love this game. I got this game when it came out back in, 2011. Yeah. Just such a cool detective game. You start as a beat cop, you're Cole Phelps here. This one, unfortunately, was like 3 discs. It still actually has the games. No, this has a pre-order for Modern Warfare 2. I hated the fact that this was on 3 fucking discs on the 360. But that was a problem against PS3. It was Blu-ray discs. These are still DVDs or whatever. But really cool game. Looked amazing for the time. The facial expressions, like you would catch people and you had to interrogate them, and you had to go by their facial tics or stuff you picked up during your, during searching houses or whatever. You had to search and stuff, and you have to see if they were lying, and then you kind of get graded a little bit on it. Pretty good story in here as well. I forget his name. Oh, I can't remember his name. Aaron Stanton from Mad Men. I think he was in The Ruins. He's been in some stuff. He was Cole Phelps, and there's the kid who plays him. He's a guy. He's much older, but the person who plays Malachi from the original Children of the Corn is in here. He's been a bunch of stuff. You'd recognize his face. Some other known people. Another guy from Mad Men was in there. Richard Somner from In the Dark, that show In the Dark. There was other, you'd recognize some people in here, but it's just a so cool game. Well acted. The cases were all fucking cool and shit. You kind of start as a beat cop, and then you work up. Then you get knocked down, and you're in like the arson section, which section was really fucking cool too. And there's some downloadable cases as well, I believe. I don't know if it still holds up. I have not played it in a while, but I fucking love this fucking game when it came out. Actually, Disc 2 is the multiplayer on this. Assassin's Creed 3. This game, this is not a lot of fan favorites. It's not my favorite either, but a lot of fans aren't big on this one. I actually really like this one. He plays Connor. Hatham is your father in this one. No, yes. And then the guy you use in Black Flag is Connor's grandfather, Hatham's father. But this one takes place during the American Revolution. Really cool. You have like all the Assassin's Creed, you meet like known famous people and stuff like that. George Washington pops up. I want to say Samuel Adams is in here. Most of those guys. Benjamin Franklin. I'm pretty sure pops up. I'm pretty sure when you play as Hatham in the beginning. And I'm pretty sure Benedict Arnold is in there as well. But it's cool. This is a classic Assassin's Creed. You're doing shit. You have a base. You're hunting in this game and stuff. You're fucking running up the trees and fucking jumping from tree to tree and shit. This is actually a game I wouldn't mind playing again because it was really good. Oh, this one had some naval combat in it, but not a ton. I think this one introduced naval combat. I could be wrong though. I had not played the multiplayer in this. I like that one. I like this one even more. This is one of my favorite Assassin's Creed, and here is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Technically, it would be like the 6th or 7th one they made. I forget his name. Does it say it on the back? Edward Kenway. This one's cool because you're on the ship so much of the time. You're in the Caribbean, so you like explore like the bottom tip of Florida and other, I think like Puerto Rico and Cuba. I don't know if they were actually that yet. They probably weren't. Maybe they were. All in there, you can hunt fucking sea life. You get the naval combat, which is really cool. Then you go onto the islands and you're exploring. Same thing, jumping all over the place, climbing up shit. Same thing, you're meeting people, famous pirates and shit. Most of which I can't remember other than Blackbeard. Oh, what's the one woman's name too? And Bonnie. I don't know. I really like this one. Like I said, this is another one I like to play. I think they have a 2-pack of these two. This one and the third. Or, no, it's just these two. Rogue, Assassin's Creed Rogue, they remastered on their own. But this is a fucking cool one. Just a lot of cool stuff to do, and I like it. Odyssey was similar to this one in terms of like a lot of going around on ships, although that had bigger areas, and that game's probably like 3 times the size of this one, but this is an awesome fucking game. One of my favorite in the series. If not my favorite. Dead Space 3. I used to have the other 2. I played the first one originally on PS3 back in when that came out, like 08 or some shit. And I'm pretty sure I actually might have played 2 on the 360. And this one I played, I think, on the PS3 first. This one's cool, but it's the weakest of the 3. I like this one, though. I think this one has the DLC that pretty much, like, wipes out everything, because, like, the moon is a giant, what are they called? Necromorphs. I think it's like a giant necromorph and it like eats the earth or something. I could be wrong, but I think it's something like that. Same here again, though. You're Isaac Clarke again. In this one, I think he talked in the second one as well, but he's like down and out on this one. His wife or his girlfriend left him and shit. He's just another 2-disc game. He's not himself. The combat's still there. It's probably the weakest in terms of story, but this one added a little open world element to it where you get in a little ship type thing and you can go bounce from place to place and you can like explore like deserted wrecks out in space and stuff. So there's some side stuff to do in this one, which was kind of cool. And these games all look good and the combat's fun, taking off the fucking arms and the legs and shit of the fuck. I think are they necromorphs? Does it say it? I don't know. I think that's what they are. The beginning is cool too. You like on a fucking frozen thing. Playing this one, but I think I did a gameplay on this. I think this might be the only one that's like my original copy that I bought myself. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. It's a cool hack and slash game. It's made by Konami published it, but what the hell is it? Platinum, the people from Bayonetta and shit. What was the game? Vanquish, which is a really cool game. You use Raiden here. You saw him in, I think he was like this in Metal Gear Solid 4. He looks completely different than he did in Metal Gear Solid 2. But it's cool. You're doing a lot of crazy shit with swords and stuff. It's fun. And the story is the usual batshit crazy fucking Metal Gear shit. GTA 5. I actually played some PS3 I borrowed from my friend, but this is one of like the 10 copies I've gotten from garage sales over the years, but I kept this one. Great game. You use, I think that's Michael there, and Trevor, and Franklin. It's a really cool game. Great fucking, what it is in San Andreas, right? Looks fucking great. It's funny, you could like bounce from person to person, whoever you're using, and you'll go to the other ones. Like sometimes Trevor will be in his underwear on the beach just waking up, like they're always in weird positions. This one brings back a lot of the comedy elements that 4 didn't have, which I didn't mind. Looks great, the gameplay is there and everything. It's a fun game. I mean, shit, they've re-released this like 600 times. It's like Skyrim's even worse. Because Skyrim came out 2 years before this and they're still fucking going. There's some cool heist missions in here as well. It's a great game. This is probably my favorite Splinter Cell Conviction. This is one of the first games I got after I had picked up the 3, because I got my 360 in like mid 07, got the PS3, and then got one off my friend's brother in 2010. Again, I was subscribed to GameFly at that point, and I was picking up games. This is one of the first ones I played. Splinter Cell Conviction. I like this one the best because it's the most accessible. I like stealth games, but especially the second Splinter Cell, like it's not easy. Like if you fucking breathe a little too fucking deep, the guy's like mission over, you know. But this one's cool, and this one's like just intense and brutal. Like I remember it had a cool thing. I think some of the first games I did this where they would show what you needed to do, like on like the wall. You know, it's kind of interesting. But you take this guy, bash his head into the urinal, you're fucking shit up. You're Sam Fisher again. And this one still had, this is the last one I think Michael Ironside voiced him in, because it was a different voice. No. Did he voice him in Blacklist? That was kind of a cool one, too. I didn't play a ton of that one, but that was cool. I don't know if he voiced him in Blacklist. But, it's really cool. You're like in DC and shit. And I think someone's trying to kill the president or some shit. And it's usually some crazy fucking storyline. And it looked great, too. It looked fucking really good. The 360 had some fucking great exclusives. Modern Warfare 2. Apparently it's another one coming out, but I don't know if it's a remake of this or it's just a new one. Because then they do another new Modern Warfare that was just called Modern Warfare. Like the other one was called like 08 or 07. I don't know. This one was really cool. I think I might still like the first out of those three. The third was my least favorite, but still cool. They all had, like, these were good. They seem fucking huge. Like, these are, like, action fucking movie shit's going. This is the one where, the Russians invade parts of the U.S., and then it gets crazy in the third one. They're, like, fucking invade. It's like a rogue faction, I think, in Russia and shit. And they're, like, fucking go everywhere. I remember you're in Paris in the other one. I think the Eiffel Tower comes down in the third one and shit. This one had the infamous airport scene, which you could actually not play if you didn't want to. I'm not going to talk about it, but if you played this, you know what it is. It's a cool game, though. It's intense, great. It's a great shooter. The Modern Warfare is great. I haven't played. Someone actually mentioned, like, if I could do, like, a Modern Warfare ramble, I think I will. Now, there's quite a few I have not played recently, but I can talk about the ones I played. I played the 3 Modern Warfares. I played Call of Duty 2 and 3. I played, World at War. Not all of World at War, but some of it I actually have. It's coming up. Infinite Warfare, which I really liked, and then World War II, which I also really liked. And the first 2 Black Ops I played as well. I have not played 3 and 4, the Black Ops. Or no. What's the one? It never goes down in price for some reason. The Cold War one. That one looked really cool, but it's always like $50 or $60. And I did not play that Modern Warfare. Now I have a few other ones I haven't played. I don't know. But this one was really fucking cool. This was like 09. It's a big deal when it came out. Because the first Modern Warfare, people wanted it, but that game ended up being a hit, and that actually kind of, because people were a little tired of the World War II setting. And then that came, and everybody's like, oh shit. Test Drive, I think this was another pickup at that church thrift store. I've not played it. It just looked cool. I think you're in Hawaii in this, but I've never played it. Talked about this game, the Survival Horror Collection. That was Survival Horror Ramble. That went up today, but I'm putting this up tomorrow. Condemned Criminal Origins. This is a fucking great game. It's creepy as fuck. The combat's fucking amazing. The story's cool. It doesn't get completely stupid until the second one. The second one's still cool, but the story goes into like paranormal, like supernatural type shit. But this one's great. It's creepy as hell. You're in I think you're in a school at some point in this one. You're in the fucking subways and shit. Just creepy atmosphere, man. It's like, this game is bleak in a lot of ways, too. It's a fucking awesome game. There you are. You find out, you fight a lot of, homeless people, come at you, And then you find out in the second one, there was, or not even the first one, I think you're destroying these things that make noise, and it's, making people go nuts. There's a lot of cool stuff in this game. Bloodshot's cool, too. Bloodshot has the bear scene, which is fucking awesome. The rabbit bear in a cabin. This one's better. This one's creepier for sure. This is the 2-pack I got at that G-sale this year. Lego Indiana Jones, The Original Adventures, and Kung Fu Panda. I never played this, but the reason I picked up G-sale was for this. I need to play it again. I played this on the PS3 originally. This game, if you're into Lego, and you're into a franchise, like I love Indiana Jones. This was one of my favorite Lego games. It follows the first 3 movies, and then the 4th one, I believe, the second one, Lego Indiana Jones added in Crystal's Kingdom, Crystal Skull. That one was more like openish. We had that hub world. This one had a little hub area, but not like the other one, like you were running around and shit, which I started to add into the other ones after. This one was cool. Like I said, I've never played that, but this was a dual pack. I think this came with some of the 360s. It's another one I haven't played that I picked up at that G sale for $1. Wheelman. It looked cool. A lot of people, I think I remember when I put that video up, they said it was good. I'm pretty sure this, yeah. It's good. Little map there. Underrated sounds, opening up maps or posters. This is actually, but I don't know if this is backwards compatible. I have to check. I do not have a 360. This has got Vin Diesel in it, obviously. I've not played it though. This is another G-Sale one, the same one with Lego Indiana Jones. I have not played it. FIFA Street. I grabbed this one because I thought it might have some value. Some of the street games do, like the NFL Streets and the NBA Streets. But this is like that. I would assume like arcade gameplay, just soccer or football. Soccer here, football everywhere else. And this is the other one I got there, a Civilization Revolution, which is an original Xbox case with a fucking printed out label. I played this on the PS3. I didn't play the completion, but I played scenarios or whatever it was. I like this one because it's another one that was easier for me to play. Like some of those Civilization games are very... You have to be into those games that are really in depth. There's a lot going on. And sometimes my brain can't handle it. This one was a little more stripped down, if you want to say like arcadey style of that game. It was kind of cool though. Fable 3, this is probably my favorite Fable. And the funny thing is people didn't like this one as much. But it's cool. It's like a standard Fable game. You do certain things, you know. You're gonna go good or bad. And this is the one where like the world was gonna end or something, and if you built up enough like gold or something, more people would survive after it happened and shit, type of thing. But it kind of happens out of nowhere, which kind of sucks. They don't like give you any warning that it's gonna happen in the end game scenario. And I wanted to do more, and then I was like, oh shit, and I was like, fuck. I remember enjoying the shit out of it, but I can't remember a lot of it. These games are fun. 2 is really good too. I didn't play a shit ton of the first one. I played like some of the anniversary edition they put out on 360. Here's World at War, another one that came from the church thrift shop. I played some of this. I think this is the one that has Gary Oldman in it, right? Tuna voice. Oh, I want to say this one has the dude. One of the guys in this was also in the first Black Ops, I think. I really liked the Black Ops games. The 2 that I played were really good. I have one of them disc only. I think it's the second one. They were actually really good because and that's when I think, you know, Treyarch and Infinity Ward were like, we're like swapping out each one. I don't even know who makes it now either. I don't think either one of those studios do, right? I can't remember. This is a World War II one. They like kind of did a few of the Modern Warfares, and this one went back. And it's cool. I think this one takes mostly in place in the Pacific. Oh no, Pacific and European battlefields. See, I was playing the beginning parts, and that was in the Pacific, I think. This is another garage sale one from a few years ago. Borderlands, a pre-sequel. I've not played it. Or this one, which I need to. I love the first Borderlands. This one's supposed to be really good too. This is another one that was like 50 cents at a garage sale. Borderlands 2. I think this one's backwards compatible as well. I really liked the first Borderlands. I thought it had such a cool look and it was fun, and trying to find better loot and shit was really cool. And the last one, another garage sale, pick up the dollar one. I got a few weeks ago, and it is Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise. I have not played much of this one. I played a little back in the day. I played a lot of the first Viva Pinata, and this is similar. Obviously, it's the same thing. It's like a simulation game where you're like luring in pinatas. They're all animals that look like pinatas, like Fudge Hog and Worm and fucking Sparrowmint and shit like that. But it was cool. It had such a cool look. Rare always, their games always have a cool fucking art style to them. They had a good run on the fucking 360. They only did Grab by the Ghoulies and the Conga remake on the Xbox after Microsoft fucking bought them for like $400 million. I honestly always thought I would have loved to seen them stay with Nintendo because they were a second party developer with Nintendo. I would have loved to have seen them stay because they were tailor made for Nintendo systems. I'm sorry. There's a lot of these games, this would be right at home on a Nintendo. Cameo Elements power right at home on a Nintendo. Banjo-Kazooie was, and then, but they made the two Viva Pinatas. They did Cameo, they did Perfect Dark Zero, and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which was really cool. And then they went to like Kinect Sports, and now I think they did Sea of Thieves. They have, most of those old people that were there back then are gone. But beautiful game, and there's a lot of cool stuff there, and you gotta lure the pinata in by doing certain things or having other kind of pinata in there, and then they mate and shit, and you can sell your pinatas and stuff, and you can buy seeds and trees and make little fucking ponds and shit. It's actually a pretty addictive game if you get into it. But yeah, it's my Xbox 360 collection. Like I said, most of those games, if I look, almost like 15 of them came from thrift shops and garage sales. I think that's how I'm going to expand that collection. Mostly just G sales if I see them. I only have probably another 4 or 5 weeks left in this season, if I'm lucky. If I pick up some more great that I want. If not, whatever, I'll wait. But I'm not going to go nuts and try to overpay for games, because 360 games actually, it's a very easy system to collect for, because a lot of the games are cheap. There are some very expensive ones, but not a ton. But yeah. That's how come chewing Xbox 360 collection. And thanks for checking it out.